What's going on, y'all? I had to do one slight movie corner before the end of the year. It is the 30th, okay? And I did say I wanted to do a couple of more Christmas movies, but I only did the one, all right, which was the Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. Okay, who cares? But I wanted to get on here and talk about The Best Man. Now, let me tell you something. I was watching it earlier, and it just hit my spirit. I don't know, like, The Best Man, because I was talking about it on Twitter and Blue Sky. And I was just like, they don't make, at least I can't think of one that's a classic. A classic these days. Or that could be in a running to become a classic black, movie. Dramedy or just a drama or a comedy, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day in the 90s, oh my god, it was the golden era. The 90s and the early 2000s, we had some of the best black comedy dramedies, all of that. Okay, dramas and everything. Even though I gotta go back and watch Love Jones. That's gonna be on the list for 2025. I have to go watch Love Jones. I mean, I seen it at least once. I know I seen it in full for once. And then I first watched it, I was like, I don't get what y'all hyping this up for, but see, I'm gonna have to sit down and I'm gonna have to analyze it. I'm gonna have to take it in for real, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk to y'all about it. Okay, my thoughts, because y'all be going hard for that. That's one of the ones that y'all go so hard for. Waiting to Exhale. That's another classic. I talked about that. I actually like that so much. I do have to go watch How Stella Got a Groove Back again, so that I can discuss that. Those are going to be on the list for real for 2025. I'm going to try to be a little bit more consistent with the movie corners. But yeah, but we had movies like The Best Man. We had movies like, Love Jones. We had movies like Jason Lyric. We had movies like Poetic Justice. We had Paid in Full. That's a Juice, and all these other Above the Rim, and all those type of movies. We had classic black movies back in the day that's really was talked about. Do the Right Things, all that stuff, right? I don't see them making nothing like that now. Times have changed, baby. We was in a golden era back then, for real. But yeah, it popped up on my mind earlier. I don't know why, but it just popped up on my mind earlier. The Best Man. Because I don't remember if I talked about it in depth. And if I did, we'll get another video about it. But I know we talked about it slightly, at least, because of the TV series that came out, right? Which was pretty good for the most part. I'm pretty sure they're not going to come out with another season, but I wouldn't mind if they came out with another season. But that's cute enough. It's cute enough what they did. But The Best Man, when did it come out? The Best Man had Taye Diggs. It had Morris Fine Ass Chestnut. Let me tell you something. I always have to put this out here because I know some people be like, bitch, are you really gay? Yes, I'm gay as shit. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with me. Maybe it's because y'all don't see somebody that's a little bit dominant who say that they're a lesbian, and yet they can appreciate how the attractiveness of a man. Just because I'm gay don't mean that I think men are ugly or whatever or nothing like that. No, it's a lot of fan men out there, and I can say that. I don't give a damn, bitch. Well, I'm comfortable in my sexuality, and at the end of the day, if you fan, you fan, and I'm gonna say it. Baby, The Best Man, everybody in that goddamn cast was fan of shit, men included, okay? When Morris Chestnut walked up in there for the first time, and the way they had that slow motion cam on there, I don't know. He was a different type of fan in the 90s, baby. I said, well, and y'all already know because he was dark skinned too. That's my type. That's my type, bitch. Okay, and Taye Diggs was fine. I mean, Taye Diggs don't get the fine award these days, and I don't understand why, because he's still fine to this day. He just goofy. He's just a goofy person or whatever, but he's still fine. He was fine as hell back then. He's still fine now. Both of them are aging really good, okay? But I don't know. Morris Chestnut was just big. I was like, oh shit. And even what's his name? Merch. He was fine as shit back then too, especially when he had his locks. I said, oh yeah, all right. Terrence Howard, Terrence Howard, he still looked the goddamn same. I was looking at, you could tell he aged a little bit, but baby, for the most part, he still looked the same. Okay, I was looking at him in The Best Man, and then I remember when I was looking at him when he was on Fight Night, the TV show that's on Peacock with Kevin Hart and Samuel Jackson. Baby, I was looking at it and I said, damn, that motherfucker. And they had it all close up, and I know they probably had a little bit of makeup on his skin, but at the same time, he ain't need that much. That man is still fine to this day. He probably look out there, but he's still fine to this day. And I said, you know what? All right. And you had Monica Calhoun, who was playing Mia. Oh, Mia. I'll never forget one of my favorite movies, and I know this is probably not going to be on your radar, or you probably going to be like, girl, what? Are you serious? One of my favorite Monica Calhoun movies, not Twi, was it Twi 2 or Twi 3 that she was in with Michael J. White? Not that one, okay? Not The Best Men, okay? Not The Best Men Holiday. Ooh. Because when she died, oh, baby, if you talking about crying, oh my God, baby, when he finally put her down in the ground, that casket finally went down in the ground, and he unclenched his fist, and he just, oh, I broke. Each and every time, baby. I done seen that movie so many times, and I cried just as hard each and every goddamn time when they put me into the ground. They didn't have to do that. Sanaa Lathan ass was fanning shit up in there. Sanaa is one of those ones that look exact. She's a doppelganger for her mama. When I finally seen her mama years and years ago, I said, oh my God, which one is which? Girl, for real. I said, y'all know the lore about Sanaa Lathan is so funny to me, because it was like a fever dream, and I remember this, and I had to look it up. Y'all remember when it was a rumor going around, because I think it was Out of Time. That's the name of the movie that Denzel Washington and her was in, and they tried to say that they was doing some things with each other that they shouldn't have been. Remember when Tiffany Haddish came out there and said that Sanaa was the one that bitch well, she implied that she never said her name directly, but she implied that she was the one that allegedly bit my girl on her cheek at her party. I don't believe that. I'm gonna tell you this, especially the way that Tiffany Haddish has been going lately. I never believed that shit. I just never believed it. Okay, never. And I don't even believe the Denzel Washington one either. I don't. I just don't see it. I don't see it. But hey, who else is in this? But no, I was saying my favorite Mia Calhoun. It wasn't even a Players Club. Okay, I mean, she played that role down. She played Ebony down. Okay. Honestly, I feel like she should have got some awards for that. She really did. My favorite role from her was when she was in Gang of Roses. I'm telling y'all, bitch. Okay? And if you know why I'm laughing, you know why I'm laughing, because it's not the best film. It is not the best film. It is so low budget and everything, but baby, that is my movie. Me and my uncle used to watch that all the time. Monica Calhoun, Lisa Ray, Lil' Kim, okay? This was back in the day when I still liked Stacey Dash, and Stacey Dash was still one of us, okay? Y'all remember when Stacey Dash came out and was like, oh my God, I did not know that DMX was dead. Bless her heart. Somebody gonna say, Dane Dash more crazier than his cousin. I said, you know what? They acting the same, and at least I gotta give it to Stacey. She did a lot of damage, but Mama trying to get her life together. She see the errors of her ways, and she trying to correct it. I hope, but yeah, Gang of Roses was that girl. I don't give what nobody say. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. When Lil' Kim shot that man up in that bed, he was trying to go off. He was trying to leave with her money after he just had sex with her. She was like, oh, where you going? Where you going? Pew, pew. I said, I know that's the fuck right, Chastity. That was her name. Okay. Bitch, y'all can't tell me nothing about that movie, all right? And what was the little Asian lady name? She did her job, too. The man that played Chastity in the movie that she was Babyface. His name was Babyface, yeah. Bobby Brown was in that movie, too. That says a whole lot, okay? Bobby Brown was in that movie as well. And yeah, the one that played Babyface, he was the one that directed and wrote the movie. That was his movie. But anyway, yeah, that's my favorite Monica Calhoun movie. Also, you got, like I said, you got Sanaa Lathan up in this movie as well. And honestly, when we talk about that character, I really feel like her and Harper did not need to be together. When you just look back at the history, I just feel like they never should have been together like that. They should have broke up at the end of this movie. They really should have, okay? And then you got Nia Long, of course. Nia Long is just chef's kiss, okay? And, you know, she played Jordan. And then you got, oh my God, what is her name? Shelby. Girl, I be seeing her in us. When she was up in Black Lightning, girl, Shelby, you pissed me off up in that. You really did. But you know what? You a good thing. What is her fucking name? Because I got it on my tongue. Melissa DeSouza. Yep. DeSouza. And then you got Regina Hall. That's probably like one of the most serious roles I ever seen Regina Hall in. You know, early days before we seen her as Brenda. Bitch. Let me tell you something, Wayne Brothers, when y'all come back out with a scary movie, if Brenda is not in the movie, I don't want to see it. Y'all can put that shit back into the vault, okay? We don't want it. Lock it up and call it a day, bitch. Okay? Moving on. This ain't even going to be a play-by-play. This is just going to be a little discussion. I apologize for the noise. I just feel like everybody on that cast is really aging gracefully, and they really giving me that whole black don't crack situation, and they standing true to it. Y'all seen Nia Long in the Skims ad? You know, she fine as hell still to this day. But at the same time, I still feel some type of way about the fact that she is posing for Skim. But that's neither here nor there, okay? Because, you know, Kardashians, y'all can call her out, but y'all gonna still support that lady. And y'all have. But anyway, moving on from that, I understand. Because listen, Jeff Bezos is the devil. Okay? And we already see where he going. And you know what? I just ordered a chair off of Amazon. And I just ordered a phone case off of Amazon. And I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, bitch. It is what it is. But let's just get into it, all right? So The Best Man came out in 1999, and it's about a group of friends coming back together so that they can go to the wedding of another friend. You know, two friends that are getting married. You got, oh my God, you got Lance Sullivan, who is the football star. He's always been a jock up in college, and they all college friends, right? And he is about to get married to his college sweetheart, which is Mia. Mia, in his eyes, was supposed to be like this virginal character. And Lance pissed me off so much, you know. Lance is the whole epitome of hypocrisy. And he is the whole embodiment of what we see on social media today, especially if you go on Twitter and they're talking about body counts. How men don't like a woman who have multiple bodies on them. But yet, it's okay for them to have multiple bodies, but let a woman be the same way. Oh, you all type of whores and everything, but a man is okay. Because that's literally what it was with Lance. And Lance hid all his shit behind the fact that he's a Christian. You know what I'm saying? He's so holier than thou. He's all, you know, I'm following the good book. But see, the good book said you ain't supposed to be out here fornicating. That's what you're supposed to be, okay? You ain't supposed to be out here fornicating. You ain't supposed to be out here having sex before marriage. But you was doing all of that. Then you get into a relationship and you was fucking around and you was fucking down, okay? And so, like, he was living He was living a double life, if you ask me. He was one foot in, one foot out. And he quotes the scriptures and all that stuff when it fits him. That's just what it was. And we see that with a lot of Christians these days. And I'm Christian too, but I'm not so religious. After what I went through being a Jehovah's Witness, and I need people to understand that, yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses is another denomination of Christianity. It's just a different, it's just more cult-like. Granted, you can kind of say that religion in itself is a form of a cult, but because people are following it, and you can say that about a lot of things. A lot of things that we follow can be looked at like cults, but what make it, I feel in my opinion, is the extremeness of it that makes it very much cultish. And that's what it was about the JWs that just took it. That's neither here nor there. But it is another denomination of Christianity. We believe in Jesus. We got the same Bibles. The same Bible that you read. Y'all got the King James Version. We got the New World Translation. Same thing. Bitch, it's the same thing. I did not know the King James, he was a little gay lady. He was gay. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? So the way that y'all be quoting and talking about well, God said this and all this stuff in the Bible about, the gays and all this stuff, mind you, y'all reading the King James Version and he was gay. I said, bitch, what? Huh. Okay. And he was... Anyway, everybody named Mama was back in the day. I just don't understand how could people be acting so surprised when y'all found out certain people. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I just want to put that out there. But yeah, and that's just really stuff like that. It really pushes me away from not Christianity, but religion in itself. Like, I'm gonna be a Christian. I just don't. I'm open to hear and to learn about other religions, but I'm gonna be a Christian. But I respect other people's religions. I respect it, and I do like learning about different fractions. But one thing about it, I just don't like when people, do stuff and then they do it behind religion. Or you out here doing this and doing that, and then you quote a scripture and all this stuff. Baby, if you don't get out of my face, Liz was like that, okay? And honestly, this whole movie was basically about men ain't shit. And I hate to put that out there because I don't want to sound like I'm man bashing. Because, we love men over here. We love everybody over here, actually. And so, but when you look at the movie, it just shows you that niggas really ain't shit. Really ain't shit. Like, you can do... If you do the same thing to them that they do to you, it's okay that they do it, but let the woman do it to them, or let the woman just do it, period, and act the same way that they act. Oh, they whores, they this, they evil, they all this shit. That's basically what it is. Lance had it in his mind that Mia, the reason why he wanted to be with Mia was because Mia was this perfect angel in his mind. She was virginal. He was allegedly the first and only person that he ever or she ever been with. You know what I'm saying? And that really was not the case. Meanwhile, throughout the whole relationship, like, he was a whore. He was a whore because he was a sports star. He was a sports star. He was a jock, one of the top, I guess, quarterback or whatever he was in football. He was one of the stars on the football team in college, right? Of course, he got a lot of women. Okay, fine. But then you get with this woman, and once you found out that she had never been with anybody else, that also struck him. And the fact that, she seemed so innocent, she seems shy and all this stuff, but she knew her stuff about football and all this and whatever. That kind of turned him on too. Let me tell you something. You start finding interest in what I'm interested in, yeah, I might start feeling a little tingle too. Okay, I'm just saying. But at the same time, you holding her up on this pedestal and making it so that she's supposed to do this and do that, and you supposed to be her only man, but yet you out here, especially given that now you a for real sports star, and throughout the relationship they even put it out there, he was cheating on her, and she forgave him each and every time. And I'm pretty sure by the Best Man holiday, when that came about, and the fact that they got married, I know for sure he was still cheating on her. I know he wasn't just fucking around with her. Okay, talk about something when they had that card game, sitting at the table, talk about something. They say getting married is supposed to curb your appetite for promiscuity, and it gives you, like, girl, what? I said, sir, that is bullshit, and that's exactly what what's his name? Damn, what was his name again? Quinn. Terrence Howard character said. That's some bullshit. Okay? Because if that's the case, don't you understand that married people still cheat? That's why a whole bunch of them be getting divorced, because they be cheating or finances be all fucked up. Them the two main reasons, if you ask me, why people get divorced, okay? But you got that going on, and then Jordan, you know, she's this top executive and all this stuff. And see, the way that Lance was talking about Jordan and how, you know, she too much, when he literally said she one step away from being lesbian, all because she's so independent and all of this stuff. Listen, granted, this is the thought pattern back in the day, but still to this day, you have some men that are out here that do not want to have a woman who is so independent, meaning that they don't need you financially. They just want you because they feel like that's a problem. Because in my mind, it seems as if either that makes you feel less than a man, that your woman, especially, either making the same amount of you or making more than you, or on course to make the same amount of you or more than you. That's going to fuck up your ego and, you know, hurt your pride and your manhood. Or, you know, it'll be easier for her to just get up and leave you, and you can't just walk all over her because she got a man of her own she could do for herself, and you can't trap her by saying, baby, you can't work, and, you know, I'm going to be the only provider, and you can't control her that way. You're so intimidated by shit like that, okay? And so when he said that shit about, you know, Jordan, he didn't like the fact that Jordan was too independent and she was just working so much and all this stuff. He liked the submissive type. You know, he wants somebody that was truly submissive, because he's the type of person that believes a woman's place is in what? The home. Take care of the home and the kids. That's just it. You don't got to do nothing else, because I'm going to be the provider. Baby, some of y'all still think that way. And I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's a respect level, and it's the way that you do it. And if you're doing it just because you truly just want your wife not to work or whatever, and if it's not, but then sometimes it's like, what's the difference? Like, is it a control thing? Or do you truly just believe that you should be the provider of the household? Which one? And then when it comes down to y'all getting divorced, and then she be asked out and just suffering. And then you make it so that you can't get a divorce because she ain't got nothing, so she needs to depend on you. Baby, I ain't got time for that. But you had Shelby. You know, Shelby was just out here. She gave gold digger tease, and the way that she did merch, it was just really ignorant. Like, as soon as the first time they come across each other, and instead of kissing on the lips, they did the air kiss. Like, come on. You found a sucker. That's just what it was. You found somebody that was weak. I guess you could say that Lance was the alpha male, and compared to Lance, you would say Merch is like a beta male, if y'all want to do all that type of that alpha and that beta shit. And basically, he was getting ran over by, you know, Shelby. And I was so glad that even though you had Quentin, who basically wanted to be a pimp, and I hated the way that he was talking and referring to the women. Every time he said something about women, oh, these bitches, never these women, these bitches. What did they do to you? What did they do to you, and why you keep on disrespecting them? And he even said at one point, because I'm a pimp. I said, baby, you could tell he wanted to be a pimp so bad, because listen to the way that he was speaking, the tone, the drawl, and all that stuff. I said, get up out of here, sugar bear. All right, this ain't Dolomite. You know, he was like, he worked like he was in a black exploitation movie. He really did. A pimp named Slickback. That's what he act like, you know. And so it took him, who didn't give a damn about monogamy and all that stuff, and treated women really, really bad, but he was just out for it with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to try to be in no relationship when I know I can't be in no relationship, and I don't feel like it's natural to me. But at the same time, you want to be in a relationship, but damn Merch, that bitch is just running all over you. You need to drop your balls and say something. It may be a little bit harsh, but he was real. Merch and Shelby never should have been together, okay? And I was so glad when he went on ahead and dropped her ass. He dropped her ass and got with Regina Hall, the candy-coated stripper, okay? Because they actually had something in common. Granted, yeah, she was a stripper, but she was doing this so that she could pay for school. But at the same time, intellectually, mentally, they were on the same wavelength. She didn't want nothing for him. He didn't want nothing from her. All they wanted was love, and they eventually got that. That's how souls that are supposed to be together, they connect. They instantly, that's that natural gravitational force bringing them together, okay? Even though they met when he was drunk as shit, But see, the vibes was still there when he was sober. And they fit together. They looked like they was supposed to be together. Meanwhile, the two light-skinned niggas, they looked like they was supposed to be playing games with each other. They both was playing the games. They both was the same people, but they're just different sexes, okay? Literally. They wanted somebody to control. And that's why they got along so well. And that type of relationship that Shelby and Quinn had, I ain't even gonna lie, that's my type of toxic relationship. I don't care. I told you I was a little toxic. Okay? Like, they be talking shit about each other a little bit, but it was about, having the sexual tension that just kept on boiling up. And then you sneaking off doing stuff on the low after you talk shit about her in front of everybody, but you ain't want nobody to know that y'all really got this thing going on. It's given very much Max and Kyle before they got together, but everybody knew that they was gonna get together because it was just building. We could see that's why y'all was going in on each other so much. Yeah, it was that. Also, it was given very much Martin. I feel like Martin and Pam probably could have did something together. The way that they was cutting up on each other, I really feel like the character could have did something with each other. When they had that one episode when he was having that dream about Pam, I feel like it was real. And I feel like they just put that in there about him trying to take each other out of this world. Just to throw that in there to make it seem like, oh no, they really don't fuck with each other. But no, I really feel like it was sexual tensions between them. That's just probably me. I'm probably reaching, but that's how I feel. But anyway, so you got that. But then you also have, like I said, Harper. The movie is made around Harper and his book. He's an author. He's always been an author. He's been a journalist when he was in college. That's where he met Mia and all them. Lance was his best friend. That's how come he became his best man when they got married. My whole thing is this. Harper was the dumbest person on this whole movie. And it's like, you didn't want any of this to happen. Why did you write the book? And when the book started circulating, because Jordan, she was a producer, she worked with BT and all that stuff, whatever. She got a hold of the book first, so that they can review it and put the props out there. You know how they, review the books and stuff before it comes out. And everything, and that's what they was doing, right? And so, of course, it started circulating around the friend group, and everybody named Mama started reading it in the friend group and figuring out what this was and that was. It's supposed to be a work of fiction, but it was fiction based off of his real life. It was real life situations, but he was disguising it as fiction. But it actually really happened because he literally was retelling what happened when they was in college. What happened to them in college, in his friend group. That's all that it was. And the only thing that he changed was the people's name, probably the occupation, but basically the people name. That's it. But since they were all there during that time, they could figure out who was who, And he winds up being with his girlfriend of 2 years, Robin, played by Sanaa. And, you could just tell that they were not on the same page. She wanted to get married. He really was not into her like that. You can't say she was kind of all over the place, but at the same time, she knew what she wanted. She wanted him. He ain't want her like that. And especially the fact that he was getting back together with the gang so that they can go to this wedding for their friend, and knowing that he had history with Jordan. He really, if that whole fight didn't happen at that bachelor party, he and Jordan would have had sex. And they would have ruined their friendship. Now, even though I said that, Robin and Harper shouldn't have been together at all, they should have just stayed friends or F buddies and then, went about their day. Or she should have broke up with him once she found out that he was going to have sex with Jordan, but it didn't happen because of that fight. Yeah, that whole situation should have ended right in there. When he got down on that floor and proposed to her at that wedding, first of all, how dare you propose to somebody during somebody else's wedding? I feel like that is so disrespectful, especially after everything that went down. Don't take the attention off of the groom and the bride, okay? And then for you to do that, I felt like he did that to kind of pressure her to make sure that she said yes so that, she won't feel embarrassed because you're doing it in front of all these people and how can you're not gonna leave me hanging after all of this or whatever. No, she should have said no. She should have said no, because you're not gonna tell me that you was gonna have sex with this lady. You got your ass whooped over whatever. I could have dealt with that because you had sex with me back in the day. Okay, that was before me. Y'all ain't got nothing else going on. I don't care. But you literally was about to have sex with Jordan that weekend. Had you not got your ass whooped that day, that night before. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, you need me to help you get things back on track. And then when we get things back on track, not with our relationship, because we haven't really discussed that yet, but this whole situation with Lance and me and get this wedding back on track, and we get that back on track, you wait till the reception to want to propose to me in the middle of everybody? No. And you put me on a spot like that? No. I would have broke up with him right then and there. But of course, we want to have a happy ending. So yeah, they went on ahead and wrote that she said yes. And they got married. And they never should have. And that's probably why the relationship went the same way that it went the whole time. They had issues that they didn't. No, it just should have ended. Because that man took that moment to realize that he wanted you. And he wanted to be all in with you. And I feel like he never really was all in with her. He still had harboring feelings for Jordan. And honestly, I don't even feel like Jordan and him needed to be together. Because they're the type of situation where you feel the chemistry. And you feel like, oh, maybe they need to go ahead and be together or whatever. But after all these years, you just know if they would have went on ahead and had sex, the friendship probably would have been over. And if they would have tried to get into a relationship, the relationship wouldn't have worked, and then the friendship would have been over. And it just was a no, a negative. So yeah, they would have went through all of that just for relationships to get destroyed. And I feel like that's really what was happening, right? And that's why in the series, they wind up getting divorced eventually anyway, because they never should have been together. That's how I feel about Robin and Harper. But the main reason why I really want to get on here and talk about this is because Harper was really the dumbest person in this movie. It was circled around here because, again, he wrote this book that was about his child, on his friendships, and what happened in college. You literally put your tea out there thinking, and I'm like, how did you not know? Do you really think that your friends are dumb and could not figure out that you're talking about them? And if you're talking about them because they were there in these situations so they know that it happened, did you not think that they was going to figure out that what you put on there about your character and Mia's character, that actually really happened, and you literally are revealing your truth finally? Like you're trying to unburden the conscience, your guilty conscience for sleeping with your best friend's woman. Whether she initiated or not, you still participated, because it takes two to tango. And from what I seen, it was consensual. So you gonna really put your stuff out there like that and think that everything was gonna be okay? Even if the book didn't circulate and he got pissed off at Jordan when he said, this is all your fault because your ass and all this stuff. It was like, at least could have waited. They could have got happily married, and then the book could have came out when they was already married and all this stuff, and they would have found out then. Okay, bitch. Well, let's talk about it. So you would rather it come out, first of all, you wanted to come out after they got married. So that means that you're a coward. You're literally a coward. Because one, you couldn't tell your friend face to face. So instead of telling him face to face, you wrote it in a book and you hid it behind different character names, right? But you still put the same scenarios in there and made it easy enough so that your friend could figure it out who it was, okay? That's one. But then let's just say that the book never circulated and we waited until the book actually came out when it was supposed to come out, and they get married. So you willing to risk your friendship knowing how your friend is? Knowing how your friend is. And it would have made it worse. It would have made it worse. Now you're even that much more of a fucking coward, because now you don't have to confront or see this person. You don't have to see this person ever again. You don't have to cross paths with this person ever again, because you already know that they probably would have cut your ass off. That's some coward ass shit. You're really risking your friendship over some old tea that you should have been spilled if you was going to spill. Bitch, honestly, Harper, it's like, are you really that good of an author if you can't come up with something else? Instead of putting your own stuff out there on Front Street and risking messing up your relationships. in your friendships. Like what? You really sold your soul and your friend's story for some goddamn money and some recognition and fame, bitch. What? You deserve your ass to be whooped. Now let's talk about it. When they found out that it was all him and he did what he did and Lance, beat his ass and all that stuff, let me tell you something, Lance. To say that the wedding was going to get called off just because you found out that Mia and him fucked around, you was wrong for that. That was an overreaction, okay? And at the same time, I really feel like he meant it because his ego was bruised. Because in his mind, again, Mia was perfect. Mia was virginal. He was Mia's only man, right? Because remember, didn't Quentin ask him, how you know that, Mia didn't step out on you or never been with anybody else? And he was like, because her pussy curls to my dick, nigga. That, I will forever remember that line. Because when I first heard it, I said, bitch, what? Mind you, I was a kid when I watched this. 99, I was still with the kid, bitch. Okay? I probably was up in 7th grade or something like that. My mama had us watching a whole bunch of R-rated movies. Jehovah's Witness my ass, okay? Like and I think about it now, like, girl, we was not acting like Jehovah's Witnesses, okay? Like, Jehovah's don't look at all this other. I hear other stories about how, we didn't do this, we didn't go to the movies, we didn't listen to this, we didn't do. Bitch, we did all that. Girl, what? We did all that, and we went to the Kidder Hall and went door to door. Girl, okay, but hell yeah. Anyway, so you got that going on, right? But what was I saying? I don't even remember. But yeah, he deserved to get his ass whooped because he's just a coward. He really was a coward doing all of that. But you upset that Mia had sex with somebody else after. And let's be clear, Mia is not the villain. And yeah, she cheated on him, but she cheated on him after he cheated on her. Y'all have got to understand. If a woman was to do something like that to a man in certain relationships, y'all got to get it. And let's be real with yourselves. Let a woman constantly cheat on a man. He is not finna stay with her. I'll be surprised if he stay after the first time, right? Unless he, as y'all want to call a simp or whatever, or, he weak and all that stuff that y'all want to say. Most of these men ain't going to stay. But when it comes to women, men are cheat multiple times and they'll still stay. Because the men expect them to. And he expected Mia to go ahead and be okay with what he was doing, and that's why he continued to do it and do it and do it. And she was like, okay, cool. Now, while you out there cheating and doing what you're doing, because I'm not going to be dumb, I'm finna go out here and I'm finna hurt your ass. And I'm finna go, no, I'm finna get mine. And I'm finna go to your friend. And if you find out, it is what it is. And I really feel like at that moment, the reason why she chose Harper, not just because she probably had feelings for him, because I don't know if she did, but it was just probably one of those situations that it was a possibility that she was ready to leave him for real and be like, okay, since you out here doing all of this, I fucked somebody, and not only did I fuck somebody, I fucked your friend, and we fucking done, and we never getting back together. But see, it didn't go that way. She went back to him because he probably said some sweet nothings and convinced her to come back, and that's why they were still in a relationship, and it never came out that they had sex. Now, mind you, why did he need to put that out there that they did something? Why did Harper need to reveal it at that point if he wasn't going to reveal it before? Why? And then you're going to put it in the book so everybody and their mama can know? Like, sir, what was the point? You are messy. He needed to write a blog, bitch. Harper would have did well if he would have had a blog. I'm telling you, because the gossip and the messiness that he did, and then trying to get upset because people was going to figure it out either fucking way. So if you didn't want him to know, why would you put it in the book? Why would you wait this late to say anything if you was going to say anything? He is so, I didn't like Harper's character at all. I thought he was the weakest character on here. The weakest and the messiest character. I thought he was hypocritical. I thought him and Lance was hypocritical. And I see why they was fucking friends. You know what I'm saying? Lance, You can't be up here quoting scriptures and talking about, don't commit adultery and all this stuff. But yeah, you out literally had that man up in the church talk about some Exodus, whatever, and then talk about some you shouldn't commit adultery. That's basically what the scripture said, right? Thou should not commit adultery and all this stuff. But yet, Harper wasn't in no relationship. Mia wasn't, well, y'all was in a relationship, but y'all wasn't married. But in your own relationship, you up here cheating multiple times. So why you didn't go and get mad at her, but you got mad at him? It should have been both ways though. But you knew that you couldn't get mad at Mia because you was doing all of this shit to her. And she got her lick back. And you couldn't handle it. See, bitch, niggas cannot handle what they do to us if we would have did it to them. Baby, it just, that's, so are you really a strong motherfucker? No, you're weak too. Your ego is weak as shit. And that's just what it is, okay? And the fact that they was able to work that shit out, because honestly, it happened so long ago. And I get being upset, but at the same time, you need to understand the situation. One, Harper, you should have said no. You should have said, no, Lance, my boy, you my friend, I can't do that. And you gave in to temptation real easily, right? So that means you probably already had a little thing going on for, or you just a nigga and you was just horny, and that's just what it was. I know it happens because it happens too. I get it. But at the same time, you should have said no. Your friends partner is always off limits. Whether you come on to them or they come on to you. Off fucking limits. Okay? So you was dead ass wrong. Mia was wrong too. Mia, you really wanted to hurt that man. And I understand because he was hurting you. So you said, you know what? Let me get back at him by not only cheating on him, but let me cheat on him with his best friend. Oh, you was trying to leave that nigga, huh? You was trying to leave him. But what did he say to you to make you come back? Girl, and then y'all still got married and then gonna propose to Robin in the middle of that wet. Girl, please. And still, Jordan, you still ain't got nobody. I mean, you was with that white man. You was with that white man in the season, in the second episode, in the second movie. But then you was not with anybody for real in the series. Girl, maybe you were just married to your business, your career. But yeah, how did y'all feel about the movie? Y'all had different perspectives. Let's discuss it, okay? Let's discuss it. Did I got anything else to say? Yeah, a bunch of BS, but it's one of my favorite movies to watch. It really is. And that soundtrack, help me be the best man I can be, oh, I can be. Oh, Tyrese, Case, RL, and G-Wine. They don't make male singers like that these days. Bitch, the 90s was really that girl, bitch. Oh. For R&B singers too, we had just the same amount of R&B singer men as much as women. Like, we respected both of them. These days, girl, I just listen to the girls sometimes. And even that, I don't even know. But yeah, that soundtrack was everything. This is back in the day. Also with the 90s and the early 2000 movies. Soundtracks. The soundtrack were just as good as the movie. And this movie was so well put together, so well written and everything. Yeah, it was great. It was great. But yeah, you guys tell me how y'all feel about it, and I'll see y'all later. Happy New Year!